Hi guys, it's Ophelia, and today I thought I would film a video on how to become an extra on a movie set, TV show set. Just if you want to become like an extra in any advert or anything, or just want to be on set, then this is the video you should watch. When I was getting started, I had absolutely no idea where to get started, so I think this could be a really useful video for anyone that wants to know where to go, because that's the kind of video that helped me, and kind of just videos on TikTok and Instagram and everything helped me to find a way, because I always really wanted to be on set and be an actor. So if you'd really like to be on set as like an extra or a walk-on or anything, then you should carry on watching this video. The first thing that you should do is take some headshots, body shots, basically go onto these websites, and usually what you need is a full body picture, half a body like stomach up, and then a headshot, which is like your profile picture for all the agencies and anything that you will be joining. These are really important because this is what's going to cast you. So the specific like faces and energy that you have, the casting directors are going to mostly look at that and base you on what characters you suit the most going forward. You can take these pictures on your iPhone, like they don't need to be any crazy quality, but they should be clear and show exactly what you look like at the time. So if you change your hair color or anything, you need to change the photos. Also, these pictures need to be taken, I think it's every 6 to 8 weeks. A lot of agencies will delete your photos after 6 to 8 weeks, and you will need to post new ones, and you'll realize that you're not getting any auditions or anything because your photos have been taken off because it's been too long since you've posted a photo. The reason that you need to post photos so often is because people do change, like hair color, I don't know, the way you look, things just change, and they want to see exactly what you look like at the time that they're casting you. In these photos, mostly you don't want to smile or anything, and you want to be wearing clothes that show your body type and how you look. So usually like black, dark colored, like skinny jeans and like a fitted top or anything is very good for these kinds of photos. You also want to do pictures of the side of your face from both angles, and sometimes the back of your head. And if you have any uniforms or anything, then take photos in those as well. A lot of agencies will ask whether you have like a specific costume, like for example a police costume or like an ambulance costume. I know that you get paid like £25 more if you provide your own costume on set, and you're more likely to be cast for those specific characters if you have the costume. The second thing you want to do is take your measurements. Most agencies will ask for bust, which is like under your chest, waist, hips, head size sometimes, like in case you need a hat or anything, neck size. If you do want to be a hand model or anything like that, do post photos of your hands on the website, because a lot of the time they're looking for like hand models where only your hands will be visible. So any picture, honestly, that you can take, it does give you a guide on all the agencies of what kind of photos they're looking for. But like the standard photos that you need are like face forward, to the side, half up, full body, that kind of stuff. Measurements are really important. Those need to be updated every 6 to 8 weeks as well, just because they check that you don't change them. If no one's body really stays the same, like exactly for like a year or so, people's bodies fluctuate, and you need to keep your measurements up to date. You might be casted for a role where the costume is pre-made, meaning that when you show up, you have to fit into the costume. Otherwise, they're going to send you home. Like there's no like re-changing the costume for you. If there is a specific costume on set and you've put down your measurements, then you're going to need to have those measurements, which just like get a tape measure. You can literally get one in the pound shop. A lot of the time, like if you have a sewing box, you'll have one in the sewing box, and just put your measurements, and it just means that you're gonna get casted more easily. Number 3 is finding agencies. Now, this is the more trickier part, and also remember, a lot of people will tell you, oh, if you have to pay a fee, then it's probably not legit. This is not the case with extra agencies. This is the case usually with modeling agencies or agents, where you're like actually getting big roles and stuff. For extra agencies, most of them will have an upfront payment. For example, one of the agencies I'm with take £11 a month, and this is a reoccurring payment. Another agency I'm with takes £70 off your first job every year of your first job. So for example, let's say you worked your first job in June, it's going to take £70 off whatever you've earned in June, and then it won't for the rest of the year until next June if unless you don't have another job till whenever. So it gets taken off after a year, the first job that you get. Other agencies have it where you pay for the whole year. For example, Universal Extras, they take £30 a year, and I think it's discounted if you buy like 3 years or something, and I think it's free if you're a student. This is quite interesting. For a lot of agencies, they're free if you're a student, or some agencies, you can apply to some jobs, and then they take a bigger commission if you don't pay the £10 every month. So that's an interesting fact if you're wondering, like there is commission and stuff that gets taken off, but these are jobs that you wouldn't be able to find without these agencies, which is why it's good to pay for these agencies, because there's no other way to get these jobs apart from being parts of these agencies. When you go to these jobs, everyone is part of one of the few agencies that you're part of. So finding agencies, I mean, type in kind of like extra agencies and like the place you're in, and then check reviews. The easiest way to see if an agency is legit is to check reviews online. Like people will have opinions on agencies. A lot of agencies will tell you that like, oh, I've never gotten work with this specific agency. This is why having pictures, measurements, and all that kind of stuff is very important, because casting directors are looking for reliable people, people that are taking this seriously, and people that they can count on. If you're not, for example, not showing up to a job, or you're cancelling last minute, if you've applied for a job or if you've accepted that you're available for these specific dates, you can't then say that you're not available, because they're going to kind of blacklist you and you're not really going to see many jobs after that. Also, be patient. You're not going to get casted the next day. You're not going to get a job the next day. I mean, maybe you will, but most of the time, I waited, I think, 6 months to get my first job. And the more you do them, the more you get these jobs. I've been much more luckier in getting casted as extra on set and getting like a few days and everything. Some people just, I don't know, get luckier maybe, and they just kind of, it happens for them because they're looking for specifically their face. But your face might become popular. There's been roles where you literally get flown to like Italy for a shoot and they pay for everything and you get paid way more. You have to have good photos, you have to have measurements, and you have to be patient. That's like the most important thing. And be prepared that you're going to have to pay for these agencies, but it will pay back. Like if you have good photos and good measurements, you're going to get that money back within like the first few jobs, within the first job even. So you have to decide on like which ones you're going to apply for, which ones work for you. It is trial and error, because you will just get more work with certain agencies. Number 4 is being reliable, being flexible. If you have a full-time job, then this might be quite difficult unless you can take like days off. You're not going to find out if you got a role until about the day before. Maybe sometimes you're lucky, you'll get it if it's a bigger production a week or 2 before. And if you've said that you're available for a job, be prepared that like 80% of the time they're going to cancel on you last minute, because you're not confirmed, you're penciled for most things, and you can up until the day before get cancelled. You have to be prepared for that, and that is just part of the job. So this is mostly like, for example, I do a job that is like, I work at an events job where you pick your shifts and then it's quite easy to cancel and stuff, meaning that I have the flexibility to then go to these jobs. I mean, you can apply anyway, but if you don't have a very flexible schedule, it's going to be very difficult for you. I've also noticed that they give more jobs to people that accept more jobs. So if they've asked you like, are you available for this, you then get sent way more requests if you are available for stuff, because a lot of things, like they just need a lot of people, and if they know that you're a person that's like always available, you're much more likely to get the jobs. However, also, you might not get casted for ages. You might have a really lucky period. Like I have months where it's really good, and then you might have completely silent months, and that's okay. Joining as many agencies and just kind of being available and flexible, that's the way you're going to get the most jobs. And also, if you cancel on them, like I've heard that even if like you're slightly sick, there is a chance that even if you actually are sick and you can't come, they're going to blacklist you, because they've already casted you. And even if you're sick, they kind of they're not very understanding of that. So I mean, I've gone to a shoot where I've literally been like coughing and stuff. And I mean, if they're worried, they'll test you for COVID and stuff. That does still happen. They still test for COVID at some shoots. I've had someone get sent home because of coming with COVID to the shoot, and she didn't know because she got tested before and it came back negative. But when they tested her, it came back positive. So try to show up anyway, and worst case scenario, they'll send you home. But obviously, if you're really sick, like try to explain it. So number 5, it's also really important to be professional on set. Remember, even if they, like, a lot of the time they'll take your phones, but just don't take the piss. Like, don't like have a second phone and try to take photos. And a lot of the time, even if they let you keep your phone, you're still signing a lot of things that say don't post. I mean, there'll be some sets where they will let you, but if you're not sure, ask. And like, if you're taking photos, don't post them on social media. Posting one photo when you're not allowed, even if it's not explicitly said anywhere, will cost you, like, no agency is going to want to work with you, because that's going to be written down that you do that and that you've posted it on social media. Most films, adverts are confidential, and if you're taking photos, posting them on social media, like, I understand it's really exciting when you're there and everything and you want to take photos, but it can literally cost you your job. And I'm not just talking with that one agency, I'm talking like it will get written down for all agencies, and you might never be able to get casted for a specific company or like within the extra at all. They take it very seriously. A lot of the time you're going to be signing really important documents, they're going to take your phone, all this stuff. Just if you have your phone, just if you're ever going to post anything, ask someone like on set, not like one of the people like that you're working with, but I'm talking like a director or an AD or someone who's like making the decisions and stuff, and someone that's you've been told to like ask questions and stuff. Just ask, because genuinely it's not worth it to post it on social media. If you're allowed, sure, once the project is out, a lot of the time you're allowed to post it and everything, but these projects take like sometimes years to come out, so just be careful of what you post, take photos and stuff, because you can genuinely get really in trouble and it's very easy to get sent home. I've seen it happen. I think lastly, it's just have fun, enjoy it. Like, it is a really surreal moment a lot of the time. Like, you can do night shoots where you're working through the whole night, it gets cold, they have blankets. Every set is different. You can't ever say that a set is the same. Like, it's honestly just such an amazing experience to meet the people. A lot of the time they'll do your hair and makeup. I've honestly met some of the most amazing like hair and makeup artists that I've had like really long conversations, because a lot of the time when you're getting ready, it takes hours and you're talking to these people, you're making these connections, someone will refer you to other people. Remember to be nice. I think that's the biggest takeout from this, is when you go on set, be nice to everyone. Tell people your name, kind of like introduce yourself, and just be genuinely a nice person, because these people are the people that are going to get you places and that have the connections. They might say, oh, I know this person that I've met on these other movie set, and they look like the person that you're kind of looking for, and they're a really nice person, and they'll recommend you. If you're a horrible person, or if you're just kind of in the corner, no one's really going to remember you. And I'm not saying that it is going to happen, but it could happen, because getting your name out there and kind of, this is the place to get the connections and to get to know people. If you're genuinely a nice person and you're kind of out and about at these places, then it could be a really huge opportunity. It is networking. It is also making friends for a lifetime. You meet these people, like, people start to repeat over shoots, and you stay really good friends with these people because they have like the same goals and dreams as you, and it is amazing. So just remember to enjoy it, be nice, take in the moment, and genuinely just, it is going to be long hours a lot of the time, but a lot of the time you can like have a book. Remember to bring a book, a snack, anything you possibly can to these shoots, and just enjoy the moment. Because bring a charger, or like a portable charger, because most places will have places to charge your phone, and you will be allowed to use your phone when you're not like in the shooting area. If you have any questions, please write them down below, and I'd be very happy to answer any that I have answers to. There's so much stuff online that you can Google and everything, and just stay safe out there. Make sure that it is through like legit agencies and that you're not getting scammed. Read up about these agencies. I think that's the most important bit, is be safe and yeah, enjoy, because it's a really fun thing to do. And yeah, I hope you really enjoyed this video. I want to make more of these kinds of videos. I'd love to make like my experience on sets that I've been on. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and maybe leave a comment down below. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye.